Good day everyone. For today's video, we will be discussing about cheer dance. So let us first define what is cheerleading. In America, actually, napaka-iconic ng cheerleading kasi sa kanila, ang cheerleading ay parang pastime. Dati, lalo na sa southern part, sa kanila, parang sinisimbolize kasi ng cheerleading si school, spirit, leadership, and youthfulness. And true enough, di ba kapag may mga movies tayong napapanood, usually, mas parang kitang-kita and evident yung cheer dance or cheerleading sa kanila. But if you will be defining cheerleading, it's actually an activity of teams which combines the following. So, there are routines that involves dancing, shouting ng mga yell nila, stunts nila, and of course, tumbling. Ang cheerleading ay may goal, no? We thought and think that ang cheerleading is for performance, but originally, the goal of cheerleading is actually to motivate and entertain the crowd, and most especially yung players na naglalaro dun sa event na ina-attendan or pinagpe-performan nila. If makikita po ninyo in other countries, yung mga cheerleaders sa oval sila usually nagpe-perform. Unlike sa atin kasi cheerleading ay parang cheer dancing sa perspective natin. But in reality, magkaiba po silang entity. We have this leader which is called a cheerleader na gumagamit po ng pom-poms at nagcha-chant po sila to show support to their team and to the school that they are representing. So, ganun po kaiba yung development ng cheerleading from the beginning hanggang naging sa atin sa Philippines ngayon, mas naging sikat na siya as cheer dancing. But tandaan po natin sila po ay magkaiba, but cheer dancing started from cheerleading muna. So, ito po ba ay sport? Karamihan kasi ng mga estudyante, isa to sa mga tinatanong nila, Sir, since kasama po siya sa mga events ng sports and it's parang embedded and integrated in the sport itself, is it considered a sport? So the answer is actually hindi po. Cheerleading is not officially recognized as a sport according po yan sa NCAA. So isa po siyang governing body which means National Collegiate Athletic Association under the US Federal Title IX guidelines. So, ito po ay mas nakikita as an activity to support other sports, but hindi po as a competition, or not against an opponent. That's why parang nag-branch out na ang cheerleading. So, parang naging mas sikat ng cheer dancing sa atin na ang focus niya lang talaga is to compete to other schools. Wala siyang specific na chini-cheer, but the school itself. And yun yung i-adapt natin sa ating mga future activities. Ano po? Now, since cheerleading or cheer dancing is isa sa mga pinaka-exciting na sports, ano nga ba yung mga dinedemand na activity or at least kung ano yung mga dinedemand niya in terms of physical capabilities and ano ba yung dapat nating tandaan in terms of safety. So una, ang cheerleading requires the following skills like flexibility since may mga tumbling, mga stunts na ginagawa, kailangan flexible po tayo. Though, minsan may mga trainings naman na pinag-undergohan yung mga sumasali dito. So, nai-improve naman siya. We also need strength for lifting, agility kasi we will be moving on a lot of formations and position. And of course, courage, lalo na po dun sa mga binubuhat and binabato. So, this involves the risk of injury, lalong-lalo na po kapag kayo po yung nagpe-perform ng stunts. So, this might be visually appealing, but actually, isa po ito sa mga pinaka-nakakatakot na activity. But when performed properly at talagang nasundan yung routine na ginagawa or dapat gawin ng isang group or school, napakaganda po ng kalalabasan. So ano pa yung other demands niya? Sabi ko nga po kanina, since napaka-crucial ng safety sa cheerleading, kailangan pong nagwa-warm up po tayo, kailangan at least we work out, and syempre nagko-cool down po tayo para kinabukasan, pag may training po ulit, mape-prevent po natin yung fatigue and injury. Kasi po, sa cheer dance, hindi po pwedeng mag-engage po tayo sa activity na to nang hindi po naghahanda at hindi po nagko-cool down because yun nga, ginagamit natin yung buo nating katawan. So, if hindi po natin siya prepare hindi natin siya ire-ready, no, pwede po tayong balikan ng fatigue and injury. And despite recent improvements, napakarami pa rin pong injury na nangyayari sa cheerleading. That's why may mga participants na nagte-training sa umpisa tapos in the long run hindi na nagpo-pursue kasi natatakot sila. So in most NCAA recognized sports, mas marami pang reported na injury sa cheerleading. Partida hindi pa siya sport. Ano po? So ano ba yung mga performance details ng cheer dance? Una, ang squad size po nito typically ranges from 15 to 20 members, depending upon the requirement of the governing body. But usually 15 to 20 talaga yung naandoon. Now, these 15 to 20 members can cover yung mga spotters, pwede din namang hindi. So, depende talaga siya sa nagpapa-event. Sa atin sa LU, usually 30 hanggang 30 members, kasama na sa bilang ang spotters. But in the typical and usual, 15 to 20 members po talaga. So, ang mga skills po na ginagamit natin, dapat po ay may background sa gymnastics, tumbling, and acrobatics. Again, it can be learned, but mas maganda kung meron ka ng pre-existing na experience or marunong ka talaga ng mga skills na yan. So, ang length ng routines po nito usually ay 5 minutes. And since demanding po siya, nililimitahan po yung sobrang habang performance. Dapat maliit lang or maiksi lang. Kasama na po usually dito ang chants or yung ating yell. So, bakit po ganun yung naging rule sa routine length? It's because delikado po yung dire-diretso na nagpe-perform yung mga dancers without stopping and without rest. And napakarami na pong mga incidents na nahihimatay yung mga nagpe-perform dahil sa pagod, sa init. So, kailangan po maiksi lang po yung cheer dance routine. So, ang costume po, this is the typical costume, but again, it will depend upon the school that is being represented, yung mga color na yan. Pero sa elements ng cheers dati, di ba? Talagang common ang pom-poms, yung mga ribbons, tas skirt talaga. Pero yun nga, depende po sa nag-organize and sa requirements. So yun po yung mga performance details ng cheer. Now let's proceed with the roles and a little bit of history of cheerleading. So ang mga cheerleaders po performs gymnastic skills like flips, lifts. So napaka-importante po ng um, coordination, ng discipline, ng teamwork, and of course leadership. So it's one of the most important kasi without proper leadership, may hirapan yung team mo as kung ikaw yung nagli-lead ng cheer mahirapan sila to be united, no, to be one. And napaka-importante po ng mga ito kasi ito yung largely pinopromote ng cheerleading. No, alam niyo po ba that the first cheerleaders were actually men, di ba? Pero pag titingnan natin sa ngayon sa cheer dancing, bibihira yung mga lalaki na kasali and sa ngayon nag-start na dumami na din dahil nga nagkakaroon na ng gender equality and so on and so forth. So, nagkaka-opportunity na po lahat. Pero usually kasi girls talaga ang kasali. So, a versatile cheerleader can take on different roles, but usually nag-stick sa isang role ang isang cheerleader. Ano yung versatility na pinapakita ng mga cheerleader? Hindi pwedeng flyer ka lang, kailangan nakakapag perform ka din ng stunts, dapat po ay marunong ka din ng mga flips, kasi may mga jumps po yan, na mamaya ipapakita ko po sa inyo yung mga examples through pictures. So let's talk about the roles of the people performing in a cheer dance. So first, we have the bass. Napaka-crucial po ng technique ng mga bass kasi sila po yung nagbubuhat. Sila po yung foundation ng mga stunts, mga cheerleading stunts. So napaka-essential po nila. Without them, of course, wala pong mabubuong mga routine pyramids and other formations or positions and lifting sa cheer dancing or cheerleading. Napakalaking, sabi nga po dyan, no, requirement ng physical strength. Kapag gusto nyong maging base, dapat yung strength po natin is in place. Hindi po pwedeng mas malamya pa si base kay flyer. Ano, kasi kayo po yung tatapakan, kayo po yung magsisilbing floor ng ating mga flyers. So, napaka-importante po na kayo po ay may strength. Typically, ang mga bases po ay tallest, sila po yung mga strongest members of the team, and yun nga, sila po yung nagbubuhat ng flyers. So, let me share with you the proper technique of being a base. Sabi po dito, bases must use their legs and arms with correct positioning. They should powerfully push off the ground with their legs, transferring momentum up through their shoulders and into their arms to drive the stunt upward. Hindi po basta-bastang binubuhat ng bases at ibinabato ang flyers. So, meron po silang sinusundan na technique. Sabi nga po dito, legs ang power, buwelo, tapos ipupush off yung paa nila sa legs, tapos yung momentum na na-push nila from their legs, papunta sa shoulders, papunta sa arms, hanggang maiangat ang ating flyers. So, yun po ang role ng first position in cheer dance, which is the base. Second, we have the spotter. So, ano po ba yung essential qualities ng mga spotter? A good spotter should be tall, attentive, and dapat quick ang thinking. So, dapat po assertive sila tapos they are ready to react instantly. And you have to remember that if you will be a spotter in the future or if you have plans, in the event of a fall, kayo po yung responsible in protecting the flyer's head from neck injury. Napaka-common ng neck injury po sa cheer dance. So, napaka-importante po na we take into consideration yung safety po ng ating flyer. So, ang mga spotter po natin are also called as back spot. So, sila po yung nag nagiging considered as a vital position in cheerleading. Sabi nung iba, eh sir, wala naman silang ginagawa, nakatunganga lang, nag-aantay lang. Exactly the point kasi yun lang yung rule nila. So may mga instances na yung mga spotter tumatayo lang sa likod, itutulong sila in their if there's a need, and yung mag-share sila ng load. So kung halimbawa, kailangan ng bases ng other hands. So, tutulong po silang magbuhat. But usually, sila po ay nakasupport lang po sa ating mga bases. So, the spotter's main job is to ensure the flyer's safety. Yan, paulit-ulit ko po yung sasabihin sa inyo kasi mukhang na-overlook lang yung importance nila, but spotter is actually very important in terms of cheer dance. So this includes assisting the bases, providing security during the stunt, and being prepared to catch the flyer if they fall. And this is a must remember, they must constantly keep their eyes on the flyer. Hindi po pwede ang spotter na kung saan saan nakatingin, hindi po attentive, yan. Kasi napaka fast pacing po ng cheer dance and cheerleading. So kailangan po mabilis po tayong mag-react. So those are the roles of the spotters. And of course, lastly, yung pinaka-kilala ng lahat, the very demanding role of a flyer. So, this is one of the most challenging positions in cheerleading. Bakit siya yung challenging? Kasi ikaw yung literal na nakataya yung buhay in the routines that you're going to do. So, ang mga key qualities ng mga flyers are typically smaller, lighter individuals na may excellent agility and flexibility. So, ang mahalaga po sa mga flyers ay yung teamwork po ng kanyang bases and of course yung attentiveness ng kanyang spotter kasi doon po magiging successful yung mga stunts na gagawin niya. So ang flyer po ay ang ating center of attention. So flyers are the performers who are lifted or thrown in the air during the routine. So they are the main focus of a stunt and it requires courage and skill to be lifted and perform flips and twists high in the air. So you have to remember that these flyers cannot perfectly execute a routine without a strong base and attentive spotter. Sabi ko nga po kanina. So those are the three um, roles in cheer dancing. So now let us proceed with the next part, which is the techniques in cheer dance. First is balance. So, in terms of balance, it's important that you are able to locate your own center and establish equilibrium for a stronger foundation. Mapa-flyer man po kayo or any role, kung binubuhat, nagbubuhat, dapat po may balance po tayo. So, you will be able to beat some flaws. Kung halimbawa, napaka good ng balance mo. Meron kang consistent na balance. Next is eye contact. Oo, fast-paced siya, nakakapagod siya, pero you have to remember that you still have to maintain eye contact with your audience. So, kapag nagpe-perform tayo, yung mga attitude na ipapakita natin during the dance, the mood that we're going to set, maganda yung i-communicate through eye contact. Number three, for our arms, we can utilize both of our arms to carry your body weight by extending them upward kapag malalaglag kayo. And this can promote balance. Sometimes, alam niyo yung ginagawa ng mga flyers na kapag tutumba na sila, parang iniikot nila yung kamay nila or inaangat nila para mabuhat nila yung sarili nila. Kasi yung arms natin can also control balance. That's why if it's parang floppy, kaya kung saan napupunta yung arms natin, ayan, malaki yung chance na malaglag po tayo. And of course, yung tight, dapat tayo mismo ay tight. Dapat kaya nating i-maintain yung parang nasa masikip lang tayo na pwesto. So bakit siya mahalaga? Kasi nga po, ang tinutuntungan lang po ng flyers sa cheer dance ay kamay lang po ng mga bases. So you have to keep firm, lalo na po sa ating feet. So dapat it's close together para yung body po natin is one unit lang in order for us not to fall. So kapag nagawa po natin yun, mami-minimize po natin yung chance ng falling. Sa cheer dance po kasi, napakalaking deduction po ng fall. That's why it's important that we always prioritize being balanced, being tight, and ayun, ma-execute natin ng maayos yung ating mga routines. Yan, punta na tayo sa next, which is the cheerleading stunts. Ito yung pinaka nakaka-excite na part nung lesson. So here are some stunts that you can remember and you can take note of. Baka makakuha kayo ng tips for your performance next time. So meron po tayong individual stunts. So ito po mga individual stunts, ito po ay pina-perform ng isang tao, kaya nga po individual. So this stunt is being executed by an individual routine pattern. So ito usually yung mga, yun nga, pwedeng tumbling, pwede ding mga steps or sayaw na ginagawa ng isang tao. So kung may individual tayo, meron din tayong dual. So si dual stunts naman, syempre dalawang tao. Usually ito yung mga one man na inaangat. Yan, so ito po yung minsan inaangat ng ina-elevator yung flyer gamit lang yung hands and strength. So ang mga kailangan dito yung malalakas yung core, yung may strength talaga. And yung pinaka-common sa lahat, yung group stunts. So these stunts ay performed by more than two persons executing routines or pyramids or yung mga lifts po na. And lastly, eto na po yung mga elements na pwede nating i-execute together with the stunts. So meron po tayong motions, jumps, stunts, tumbling, cheers, chants, and dance routine. So isa-isahin po natin ang mga sumusunod. Starting with the hand motions. So the following are the common examples of hand motions. So we have six. Kailangan nyo po itong aralin kasi in our future activities, you will be doing these motions. So we have bucket, candlestick, blade, just hands, clap, and clasp. So yung iba po dyan, yung apat, yung bucket, candlestick, blade, and just hands. So yan po ay usually naka-stay lang. Pero si clap po at saka si clasp, yan, moving po yan. So literal na clap and clasp. But this is what's different pagka-clap po ng cheer dance at clasp tandaan po natin na yung movement po dapat or yung placement ng ating kamay, hindi po dapat tayo parang nagdadasal. So, kailangan po yung ating placement ng kamay ay almost close po yung elbow natin, tapos tsaka po kayo papalakpak. Tapos, ang tunog po dapat ng palakpak is hindi po sloppy na palakpak. Kailangan firm, no? Maganda yung tunog ng clap. The same with the clasp. So kapag po nag-practical tayo, titingnan ko po kung kaya nyo pong makaklap ng buo. Bakit mahalaga yung clap and clasp? Kasi this is performed or done usually bago mag-execute ng stunts. Kung napapansin nyo, di ba, pumapalakpak muna sila bago sila mag-perform ng stunts. Bakit? Because it's also other way of counting and being connected with one another. So, ibig sabihin, pag pumalakpak ng sabay-sabay, bilang na ng 1, 2, 3, tsaka magbubuhat. So, commonly, ganun po siya ginagawa. So, again, these are the hand motions that you can explore and that you can check. Next, we have the following arm motions. So, ang difference niya naman kay hand motion, si hand motion kasi plain na hand lang ang ginagamit. For arm motions, we involve the whole arms. So, ito, medyo marami po ito. So, we have the high V. So, i-extend lang po natin ang ating arms upwards, forming a V. Ayan. Tapos next, we have low V. We have touchdown. Si touchdown, usually ginagamit po ito pag galing sa stun, tapos bababa ka. Or yun, bababa ka galing sa mismong position mo sa taas. So, touchdown. Next, we have the low touchdown. Nakababa naman po yung arms niya. Bow and arrow as if you are using a bow and arrow. We have the overhead clasp. So, si clasp, the same with clasp na palakpak kanina, pero nasa may taas. So, overhead clasp yung tawag sa kanya. We have low clasp, torch and punch, K motion, box, dagger, muscle man, L motion, diagonal, T motion, half T motion, and check mark. So you have to remember that in terms of the arm motions, kung ano yung name na ginagamit usually, yun din yung formation ng arms na ipinapakita. So like dito po half T, so literal na half T or kalahating T. Tapos yung check mark naman looks like a check mark. So basically, whatever the name is, yun din po yung itsura ng arm motions. Next, we have the body positions. So, si body position naman po, usually ay placement po ng katawan natin whenever we perform arm or hand motions. So, we have the beginning stance. Usually, ginagamit po ito bago po kayo mag-perform ng any motion. So, magbe-beginning stance po muna kayo. Next, we have the cheer stance. So, i-open lang po natin ang legs. Side lunge, kapag ka po yan, yung side lunge, sorry na putol. Kapag po magbubuhat po tayo, nagsa-side lunge po tayo, we have kneel, front lunge, we have squats. Napaka-importante po nitong mga body positions kasi yan yung mga tinatapak-tapakan. So, dyan sila, yan yung ginagamit nilang floor or stepping, parang ladder nila paakyat sa katawan ng mga bases. And of course, second to the last, we have the cheer dance jumps. So hopefully, I'm excited na makapag-aral kayo ng ilang cheer dance jumps. Sana maka-experience kayo to try any of the following jumps. So we have the tuck jump. So from the word itself, tuck. So itatak mo lang yung katawan mo inside, yung knees mo ay nasa may belly button. So again, tulad na sabi ko kanina, whenever you do jumps, magka-clap ka muna or clasp, either of the two, then tsaka ka lang tatalon. So lagi siyang may buwelo for counting. So itatak mo lang yung sarili mo, naka-high B yung kanyang arms. Anong kamay na gamit niya? Walaan nyo, candlestick ba or bucket? So depende po yan. Next, we have the spread eagle. So, ganun din, naka-high V din po siya. Tapos, pwedeng naka-candlestick or pwede ding naka-bucket yung kamay. We have double hook. Medyo, ano to, pahirap yan ng pahirap. Pero, sana ma-try ninyo. Wag lang i-try ng walang nagsusupervise kasi delikado po yan. We have toe touch. Well, hindi naman kailangan ganyang tuwid. We can attempt ng ano lang, yung progression tayo. We have side hurdler, front hurdler, pike, double knife. So, yung nauna po yung mga cheer dance jumps. So, yung mga cheer dance jumps, etong tumbling, eto po yung mga magandang way para ma-shake up po natin yung crowd. Alam naman natin, di ba, na kapag may nagta-tumbling, may mga tumatalon, ano yan nakaka-excite yan for the people watching. So, napaka-important po na kasi sinasama natin siya sa routine. Yan. So, eto yung mga pinaka-common sa lahat to na skill sa chair dance. So we have the forward roll. Ano, mag-forward roll ba tayo? Malalaman natin in the future. So you can just imagine kung paano siya ginagawa. Try nyo ding i-search. So napaka yan, nakakatuwa kapag na-achieve mo. Kailangan lang po ng supervision. Pwede siyang gawin siguro sa bahay, on your own beds, pero wag po sa may court. Next, We have backward roll, kabaliktaran ng forward roll. So si backward roll, naka-start sa standing position, then magpapike ka hanggang iikot ka paatras. Cartwheel, sana may marunong mag-cartwheel sa section ninyo. Kung hindi man, ay pwede naman yung pag-aralan. Ayan. Ako dati marunong, pero ngayon nakalimutan ko na siya. And lastly, we have the bridge kick over. So those are the tumbling techniques that you can explore. Pwede nyo po yung gamitin kapag ka po kayo ay magpe-perform ng cheer dance in our culminating activities. There you have it. And that is about cheer dancing and cheerleading. Thank you for watching, and I hope you learned something.